What's up, everybody? This is EMP.Money, and this is our daily live AMA and Detonator rollover event. My name is AJ. I'm one of the team leads here. I'm joined by my co-host with the most, Bull Gates. Bull, how are you today?
Really good, man. Really good.
Awesome, brother. Well, we have a jam-packed AMA today. I have a bunch of alpha, and one of the major alpha is the brand new EMP music video. I've been teasing it for about a week and a half now. Defi Proof dropped it last night on his channel. Again, there'll be a link in the description or in the comments to his channel, or you can go on uh, our Telegram and Discord to find his channel. If you just type in DeFi Proof into YouTube, it will pop up. But he's running a giveaway on his channel as well. So make sure you please go show him some love in his comments on the official YouTube link of his channel. And then we will also be having this as our intro every day to get the good vibes going. So without further ado, here is the premiere on our channel of our new music video by DeFi Proof.
Yo, Blame, you mad at
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the bullroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the bullroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Sticking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Vaughn, money in the vault. I stay in the farm, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal P. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the bullroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal P. How to get myself a bag before the bull run. How to take some me should stick it in the bullroom.
Let's go. That was awesome. There it is, our very own music video. What DeFi project has their own hip hop intro and hip hop video? I mean, we're just killing it on all fronts. It gets me so excited every day to be part of EMP, and I hope all of you feel the same way. So that'll be our new intro. Again, I won't introduce it every day. It'll just be what kicks off the live stream, and then we're good to go. So hopefully that gets everybody in a good mood. Another awesome day at EMP. I have a bunch of alpha to give, and then we'll jump right into questions. So, Bull, you want to say anything to all these kind people before we jump into some alpha?
Yeah, man. Be courteous. Be courteous to your neighbors. If you have questions, raise your hands. If you're not in here, type your questions in YouTube. But if you're in here on the voice, raise your hand. I'll DM you to let you know I see you waving your hand and who you will be speaking after. And that will be after AJ gives us Alpha Gravy news section.
Perfect. All right, brother. Sounds good. So yeah, we'll make it short and sweet here for the Alpha Gravy news, and then we'll jump into some questions. But the music video was the big thing. We're happy to have that. Peg is looking very healthy. We've gained another about zero point 0.1 in Peg over the last 24 hours. We should be back over zero point 0.9 in the next 24 to 48 hours if the market can just continue to hold out. We saw a nice rally in ETH yesterday. ETH was outperforming most of the blue chips yesterday. Had a nice rally. I think people are responding very, very well to the new ETH contract updates. I know I don't do a lot on ETH mainnet, but the little that I do, I've seen the lowest gas fees ever. I mean, I think I paid like 25 cents for an ETH gas fee yesterday, which is unheard of. I mean, usually, again, lately, ETH fees have been, 10, 20, $100 for some crazy transaction. So that's really good, and that's even more reason to be bullish on ETH. I know there's a lot of FUD, um, around the states ETH and ETH validators, but again, I mean, you're going to find that anywhere you go, it's about the fundamentals. And at the end of the day, Ethereum is still the money of the internet. So as long as there's people building on Ethereum, and that is the true, gateway to Web 3.0, I think that we all see a really bright future for ETH. So and that in turn gives us an amazing future for EMP. So really exciting stuff there. Some more alpha. If you're on our Discord, you heard this already yesterday. So if you're not on our Discord, please go over there and join. But one of our partners, Magik Finance, who runs the auto vault for us, one of the premier auto vaults that we recommend, that does a buyback and burn, they released a brand new project that we've been working with them on called Magik World. And so it's essentially an RPG or metaverse play that actually you're able to play. So those that are old fans of Zelda or Final Fantasy, they'll feel right at home. But yeah, it's amazing. Again, we'll do a full review and rollout of that, but it's under wraps for now. This was just some alpha for all of you. So go over to their Discord, and they'll tell you all about it. So, Bull, did you have a chance to check that out or not yet?
Yeah, man, I'm a nerd at heart, so I love gaming, and you know that. Everybody kind of that I've talked to knows that, and I think you hit the nail right on the head. It is Zelda NES style, and the guys at Magik always bring magic, so check their stuff out. Be cool.
For sure, man. And we have our own little village, little house, the EMP house. When you go into that house, it brings up our website, and so you can interact with EMP directly through the game. And they have a lot of amazing future use cases that are coming that are more game related. This is just the infrastructure, and we'll bring them on to give a full AMA about it. Again, I wasn't really even supposed to talk about it, but I want to give you guys the alpha, and they released it in their own Discord yesterday. So check that out, and yeah, again, I was trying to bring you guys. If you show up for the AMA, you get the most up-to-date info. So that's really promising. All right, what else? We also are working with another project that is considering releasing another algorithmic um, coin pegged to EMP. So we've been really hesitant about this in the past. Um, a lot of projects have, tried to do this without our permission. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. Um, but we feel like this new project is doing it the right way. They've asked us for our permission. They've asked us to vet their code, and so we feel really strongly that it could be a good thing. So again, I'm not ready to release the name or any more alpha, but this could be another awesome use case for EMP. So we'll definitely let you know on that. And yeah, so those are pretty much my big announcements for today. Bull, anything else I'm forgetting that we've talked about the last few days?
No, but I think the just to talk a little bit about that Magik, because I like to refer to crypto as a new world, right? Where we're all explorers or adventurers, and where we can build the world we want. And, the good thing about like that the Magic game there is that that is a visualization of that, right? And if you want to be here to build, you're in the right place. You know, don't think of it as a competition between you and other people, or you versus the old financial system. This is a new world for you to create. You know, everybody here is helping with that. The team has given us all the tools to do that, and so you know you can do that. You know you can be stuck in the past. You can think negative thoughts and just spin your wheels, or you can actually, you know, put your hands in the dirt and build a new world here, you know, and build a better you. So take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of you, and all those times that you spent playing video games in the past and wishing, dang, um, I wish I could really be making, you know, this gold, or upgrading, upgrading my my players or whatever. Uh, Here's the great thing: crypto is you're the player, you're the character. You can upgrade your gold, you can upgrade yourself. All you have to do is take the time to, to learn how to do these things. Find your weapons, build your team, so to speak, and you're going to upgrade everything in your life. So take advantage of that opportunity to build a better you, and think of those times, the times you had fun playing video games, and think, wow, I can really do that today, and I can, build a financial future with that, with those skills that you learned playing video games.
Yeah, Bull, absolutely. I know you and I have had this discussion personally about how transitioning from, traditional video games to, DeFi, how in-game economies now apply to, the DeFi economies that we're all used to, and it's so seamless and such a no-brainer to me. I'm with you, Bull. I think that it's weird. It's weird to me sometimes about how traditional gaming companies and even gamers. I mean, there's a lot of FUD around NFTs and how they're bad for the environment, but really they just didn't do a lot of the research into it. And so um, I think it's only a matter of time before we see a lot of these AAA game studios getting involved in more crypto-based assets and economy. So we've been training for this all of our lives by playing video games, right, Bull?
Yeah, sounds like a great title. But yeah, that it's actually true. You have been training for this your whole life, and you should be able to make a seamless transition from gaming to crypto. Because I know as a gamer, I spent hours and hours up late at night, playing these games, and building your economies, building your cities, etc. And crypto gives you that, the ability to do that, you know, in real dollars, so to speak. You have to, obviously you have to actualize them once you've made them in the crypto space, but I really don't see that. I mean, there's hardly any difference for me, because DeFi is all about farming and grinding, and that's what video games are about: is farming and grinding, and upgrading everything. And here you have it, right? All the pieces are in place. People just have to, do those things to, to reach those goals. But nobody can make you do those things, and that's why I like to say the "when you" thing, because only you can motivate yourself to do that thing that you want to do, or the thing that you want to become.
Absolutely, Bull, no doubt. And again, I mean, there are pioneers in the space that are already doing it. I know a lot of you know my history with the game called Splinterlands. I think that they're an asset-based trading card game similar to, a Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering. But they're leaps and bounds ahead of what blockchain gaming is today. They have a full economy, a full rental system. I mean, again, I think that once people finally figure out how far ahead Splinterlands is, the attention is going to come. And we have a lot in the works with them as well. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but it won't be the last that you've seen of us working with Splinterlands directly. we already have a sponsored tournament league within their protocol. We give away EMP to the winners, but part of the requirement is that they take our academy. So those winners are not just dumping EMP for rewards. They're actually winning EMP and then learning about our ecosystem. So again, for those of you that haven't checked out Splinterlands, and this is not at all was not at all why I brought this up, but while we're talking about it, I'm more than happy to shill. Um, it's an amazing ecosystem, and again, EMP is very tight with the core team. I'm an original whale over there. I have a huge account, and I think that again, what the world is not ready for what's about to happen with Splinterlands. They have major partnerships with, Warner Brothers. They just went on tour with Imagine Dragons. They had a teaser trailer at the beginning of all the Imagine Dragon concerts. So do yourself a favor, check out Splinterlands. It's over on the Hive blockchain, which is also another awesome thing that not a lot of people know about. It's the original social media blockchain where you can actually get paid to write articles and blog in Hive. So really exciting stuff over there. Again, I didn't want to make it all about Splinterlands and Hive, but while we're talking about it, it's good to bring it up. So yeah, Bull, are you? I don't know. I tried to get you into Splinterlands. I don't know if you've jumped in yet. Have you, bro? Or I know you're at least familiar with it. So
I am very familiar with it. Like everything I've talked about in the past, that's something I researched and I didn't do, right? And everything. The important part is the doing because it's the research come to fruition. That's when you're having fun and getting paid to do it, and you're part of that world that AJ is talking about. But I'll tell you personally, like I didn't do it because my friend is one of the I don't know. I don't want to say I don't want to dox him, but like a really good player at like Hearthstone, and he was addicted to it, and he had to basically he didn't have to go to rehab, but basically he had to kind of give it up a couple different times, and he's like, bro, just be careful. These games are super addictive. So, and me, you can tell I have a very obsessive personality. So like when I do something, I'll do it all day long, and I know somebody here in the community asked me, are you the type that will listen to a song, like 4 or 5, 6, 7 times in a row? I said, no, I don't do that at all. Actually, if I listen to a song, I'll listen to it for 12 hours in a row on loop because I'm just super obsessive about something. If I feel good about something, I just kind of get in the flow and I'll just put it on loop and keep doing what I'm doing. But so if that answers your question, AJ.
yeah, for sure, Bull. Absolutely, brother. And again, I mean, we always preach here at EMP, we want to focus on quality projects. So if I believe in a team, and any crypto project, no matter what it is, I'm happy to give them the spotlight and shill from time to time. And yeah, like I said, I think moving forward there'll be a lot more involvement, and hopefully all of you will be even more familiar with Spinnerlands as we move forward throughout the year. But all right, awesome, man. Well, again, that was a lot of the alpha today. We are also, I know I mentioned this in previous AMAs, and the UI, the dreaded UI. We released some screenshots of the UI on our Twitter. A lot of people are getting hype about it. I have a meeting after this AMA with Jake to get a definitive kind of ballpark on the UI. We just went through about 15 hours of coding this past week with Dan, who is again the new front end developer that we brought on board. He made a ton of awesome changes, so that's looking really good. But I still don't have a definitive date for the UI. You all will be the first to know, I promise. But that being said, we have also looked into some more backend developers. So Jake will always be the go-to end all be all for security reasons, but we also have gotten in touch with a very respected blockchain developer. Again, I don't want to dox him, but he's worked on projects that you would have heard of, and so we're we have some ideas on maybe either some sort of new contract. Again, I don't want to give it away, but it'll definitely be a new contract. But it may be a game. It may be another unique way of having a use case for EMP. We'll just see what happens. But that is being worked on behind the scenes. And again, if everything goes well, we should be able to announce that in the next week or two that we've started development on a new thing. So again, all good behind here. I know I posted an update yesterday. Um, I like to do at least like a once a week recap in writing for those that don't join the AMA. And you know, no matter what the market conditions are, the one thing that really kills a crypto project is not developing and not creating. And I mean, like I said in the post that I made, I mean, it's a full-on construction zone behind the scenes at EMP. I mean, we have about 10 different things we're working on all at once. The UI is number one priority, but we can still work on things simultaneously. So we're getting there. I mean, it's going to be again the next month to 2 months are going to just blow your mind on everything that we're going to be able to roll out and have, and that'll play in perfectly with the PEG recovery and hopefully the market starting to stabilize more long term for that next leg up. So all good things, Bull, for sure, brother. All right, do we have any questions, comments? Anybody from the army want to jump in before we open it up?
I got some
Red
stuff for all of you.
Hey, LA, there she is. All right, so LA first, and then Bull, whoever you have in the queue.
I just have something short and sweet. We have got a ton of new content coming out on all of our social channels. There's a lot of new stuff on the Facebook page, on the Instagram page, and a bunch of new videos on the YouTube. So make sure to go check everything out, comment, like, do your thing. It's super important. And if you just take a couple minutes every day, sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm working out while I'm listening.
No worries. Yeah. Multitasking.
But
yeah.
if you just take a couple of minutes to do that every day and support everything, we're gonna blow everything up huge. We're on a huge mission this month during July to just really blow up our socials. So we need a little bit of effort from everyone, and we're gonna do it together as a team. And it's gonna make a huge difference with our PEG recovery, with bringing in a lot of really, really high quality new community members, and we're just gonna do it up real big.
Awesome, Ella. Yeah, for sure. And I know we teased it in the last AMA before the fourth break we had yesterday, but about our Facebook page. That's another been awesome engagement over there.
Yeah, Marios has like a ton of content up there already. Like he's killing it. So
For
definitely
sure.
go check it out. And Addicts designed like an insane, amazing header graphic for the Facebook page. So that alone is definitely something to go check out too. It's like insanely amazing too. So there's very much like a team effort going on all the creations. So if we just use team effort on helping to boost up the engagement on all of the accounts, we're going to have no problem just getting tons of new people through the doors.
Totally. No, absolutely, LA. I agree 100%. And yeah, real fast shout out too to Addicts, Mike G, and then Julius, as well as Nomad. Those have been our four go-to graphic designers. Julius really is heading up all the UI things. But Mike, Addicts, and Nomad have been doing all of our promotional material as far as like graphics. Julius is also the video editor. We have a ton of new Impulse teaser videos that he's working on as well. Again, there's just so much in the works. It's like it's hard for me to even keep track, and so I want to make sure that we're releasing things without it being diluted. Because we have so much great stuff. If we release it too fast, too soon, it doesn't have the same kind of impact. Um, but we have an amazing team. I mean, it's insane. I mean, between the army members that are helping on a day-to-day basis, they're not paid members. But between them, the team, and all of our subcontractors, I mean, we literally have about 40 or 50 people working here at EMP. And so, the reason I bring that up is like, other protocols are laying off people. They're lucky if the developer is even continuing to work for them. Here, I mean, we're still in a full-on growth phase. Um, and again, it's amazing. And a lot of those people are doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. So we're not bleeding money from the treasury. But we have to spend wisely. And I think that's really key with any business. Is that again, you spend money where it matters and save where you can. But we have just an amazing group of people working behind the scenes. Again, no expectation of profit from work of others, but they're here to help their own bags. And so, in the process of that happening, if that helps all of you, then that's just a really good side effect. So yeah, we're really excited on what we're building. And again, I think a lot of you that have been here, they know or that we always deliver on what we talk about. So even though I'm kind of vague sometimes, just know that there is a lot in the works. So, all right, awesome. Bull, who's next, bro? Or I think you had
Yep,
somebody in the queue. Go
I
ahead.
did. Randy wanted to know if there was any update on Liquid Capital. Anything, any traction there, or
Yeah,
any up?
yeah, no, they're great question. So, they are set to do their initial pre-sale on July 10th. So we have again about 5 days. I'll make sure that we have them on one more time, hopefully through an AMA on how to get involved. But if not, I'll make sure we write up a full article about what to do. The tentative plan is that we will have our own contribution link through EMP, and there's a maximum of $2 million that we're able to raise in pre-sale. If we hit that cap, I'd be really impressed. But I don't think we're gonna get that much, but who knows? We'll see. But the reason that we would use the actual EMP link is because, again, the way Liquid Capital is set up, the vast majority of that capital is going right into the protocol, meaning EMP. So I'll give everybody a breakdown. Again, we could do a whole AMA on the token economics, but join their Discord. Um, they're doing amazing things at Liquid Capital, and I'll be completely honest. I wasn't really a fan of rebase tokens, but if anybody can make a rebase token successful, I think Liquid Capital is the ones to do it. They have a deadline on the amount of rebasing that will happen. I think it only happens for the first 6 months or a year. It may be less than that. But I love a rebase token that is not indefinite because then it's much more controlled inflation uh, of your shares. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the capital. They have about 35 different partnerships now. They've been blowing up, and so we're happy to be involved with them. And they were on James Pelton 2 or 3 days ago, and James asked Liquid Capital what partner out of all those 35 partners that they have that they were most happy to be involved in with, and lo and behold, they actually said EMP. So I did not pay them to do that, and that was purely organic. And we have an amazing relationship with them and the entire Grape team. And so again, it was a little bit about like asking what child is your favorite child, but they answered the question, so that felt really good to hear. And we're gonna do everything in our power to help make Liquid Capital successful, because if they're successful, that's more money coming in to EMP. So yeah, does that answer, Bull? I don't know if you've had a chance to go over there and look at any of their tokenomics or any of that, but we'll be ready for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, they have a premium team. really skilled in tokenomics for rebasing and algorithmic coins. So they have a really good marriage over there. They're quality people first and foremost, and just very talented. So I think it's going to be a really fruitful partnership. That's a pun, by the way.
Yeah.
And and so like I really look forward to it because I like the idea of making DeFi better with partnerships with quality people. So as you kind of you guys have said in the past, right? Like look to team up with good people and good projects, and I think everything is going to kind of work out. And the way that DeFi is going, I think that the model that's here at EMP about integrity and transparency is really going to be kind of the roadmap for the future for DeFi. So congratulations to everybody that's here. You're here early. You're early to DeFi, but you're here to the best in DeFi.
Absolutely bold. No, man, I agree 100%. And again, to make that pun make a little more sense, I think I said it earlier, but in case you guys didn't hear, the same team from Grape Finance is the team behind Liquid Capital, and so Grape has been an absolutely stellar protocol. They're another Tomb fork with a lot of great use cases and utilities. They're doing it right. Um, and again, I mean, we wanted to get involved with Grape earlier, but didn't want it to be a conflict of interest. Seeing that it was the same sort of deal with the seniorage setup. So this is a perfect example of how we can help each other. And not take away from our individual investors. So we're really excited. And again, I mean, the team is top notch. They're well respected. They're doxxed. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So again, definitely go check out Liquid Capital. They're mainly active on Discord, and again, they're hoping to launch on July 10th. So we still have some time, but now's a good time to kind of familiarize yourself with their tokenomics. And again, I'll make sure I do a full write-up as well as a breakdown on one of our AMAs before the pre-sale goes live. So, all right, awesome. Yeah, great point, Randy. Thanks for bringing that up. So, um, all right, Bull, who's next?
Me.
All right, you go. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay, man. This this isn't a personal rant. It might be a little bit, but I read an article yesterday about Binance, and Binance is looking to hire 2,000 people across all their platforms, and so you might hear me speak, very positively about Binance because we're on the Binance Smart Chain or the BNB Chain as it's called now, and I just want to highlight that to people because I think the BNB chain or the BSC chain gets a lot of bad raps for having a lot of bad projects on it. But because it's part of Binance and Binance is crucial to the success of crypto, and as we see all of these other ecosystems and platforms and exchanges collapsing because of poor management, Binance is actually thriving. And I'm sure anybody can Google the article and read it for themselves. But they're extremely profitable right now. They are hiring, like I said, they're expanding because as all these other places are losing developers and staff, Binance is actually acquiring them. So it's a good thing for EMP to be on a solid chain that is backed up by all the reserves of Binance, whereas some of these other chains, I can't speak to their solvency, but when you're connected to the largest exchange in the world with a progressive leader in CZ, I would just say I'm really happy that you guys chose to be on this chain. Obviously the fees are extremely cheap compared to Ethereum, but everybody here is transacting in BEP20 ETH, which is backed up by Binance, and because Binance is extremely solvent, it makes this chain run. Everything is running like clockwork, and I think we can. We never want to rest on our hands, but truly, I think we're in a lot better position than a lot of different ecosystems, platforms, and chains. So, shout out to Binance for doing such a great job of managing what they need to do to keep crypto running.
Yeah, that's an amazing point, Bull. Again, I know, there's people that have arguments that Binance is too centralized or whatever the case may be. But again, I'm a big proponent of actions speak louder than words, and you just can't argue, with the BNB chain. I mean, the uptime has been phenomenal. Like Bull said, having the actual Binance exchange backing the majority of the crypto, especially the blue chips on BNB chain. So like again, ETH is backed 1-to-1 with Binance reserves, even though it's BEP 20 ETH. You don't have to worry about a Luna catastrophe where it all just disappears. So yeah, I mean there's a lot of really amazing things, and Binance is doing a large push um, to have more developers come over to BNB chain, and they're offering a lot of incentive programs. We have our ear to the ground on that. I mean, we're already making waves in on BNB, and we hope that we can get in front of the right people. We're making contacts even as we speak to hopefully get a little more exposure through all of those avenues. So again, I mean, a Binance listing is definitely far away, and we're 100% realistic in that approach. But I have every reason to believe that it will happen eventually. I mean, again, numbers don't lie, and we mentioned this last week with our LPs and Detonator. We own the 22nd largest account in all of BNB on all of BNB chain for the amount of Ethereum that we hold, and so those are the kind of statistics that really open doors for us. I know another statistic I said a few months ago when we were really cranking on our TVL, when we hit about 30 million, 30 million in total liquidity, that puts us in a whole different category as far as a blockchain project goes. It's 32 million to be exact, which again is kind of a weird odd number. But that's what they look for. And so again, we're slowly recovering even now. I mean, we're well over 11 million bucks in liquidity with this mini pump on ETH. We would be if ETH was at all-time highs again, or what it was even at 3,000, not even all-time highs. We would have that amount in liquidity. We'd have about 30 million in liquidity. So we're already there. It's just that the market has been depressed and suppressed. So when things finally do bounce back hard, like I said in my post, I hope everybody's ready for liftoff, because it could be really, really an amazing thing in terms of dollar value. And again, that's not financial advice. I'll never flat out tell you to buy EMP. I think that's irresponsible. I can only give you all the reasons why, a lot of people believe in EMP and why we think, it's going to be here for the long run. So, yeah, very good points, Bolt, for sure. All right, brother. Who else? What's next? Or
Oh,
you
yep,
want to add to
yep.
that?
We have
Go ahead.
a. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, we have a question on YouTube, and this is from Phyllis Canning. Is it better Is it better just to hold compound and not move earned EMP to farm while under peg, or advisable to move buy ESHARES while they are so cheap?
Yes, really good question. So, the short answer is we never suggest to buy eShares, especially if you're selling EMP to buy eShares. That is the number one worst thing you can do, not only for yourself, but for the protocol. So, if you're selling EMP for eShare, you're essentially selling a income producing asset to a locked-in token. What I mean by that is, with EMP, you're able to create LPs out of the EMP, and then you're able to earn eShares indefinitely. Now, it may be a little bit less, for sure, in terms of dollar value, but it goes back to my point of, would you rather have $100 today or $10 forever? Um, and again, forever meaning at least, the next 5 years a minimum, we're hoping. So yeah, and what I mean by that is again, you're when you buy eShares and you're a full on eShare, unless the boardroom is printing, and even when the boardroom does print, then you're forced to sell EMP, which hurts the protocol. And in order to realize your profit, you have to sell your eShare. And so once you sell your EMP and you sell your eShare, you're done. You're not you have no ownership in the protocol whatsoever. And then you're left behind when EMP and as a protocol continues to grow and appreciate and do amazing things. So it's never a good idea, again, from an investment standpoint, to sell a income producing asset for a non-income producing asset. So I think people get blinded by what eShare value could eventually be. And sure, could we get back to all-time highs or higher with eShare? Absolutely. But in order to get there, we have to be above peg. We have to be very healthy. And that will never ever happen if everybody keeps selling EMP uh, and not, building their position. So the short answer is, yeah, definitely don't sell EMP for eShares. And so the best thing you can do while we're below peg is the auto vault. So and if you're able to do it manually, that's fine as well. If you're gonna do it manually, that means you put your EMP LP into the farms that produces eShare. Then you can sell that eShare to produce more ETH and pair your ETH with your liquid EMP, or just buy half EMP and half ETH with those eShares and create more LP. But if you're in the auto vault, it does all that for you. So again, auto vaults, you deposit your LP and it automatically sells your eShare for more EMP ETH. So it's a way to accumulate Ethereum and EMP and help the peg and even burn EMP if you're in the Magik auto vault. So really the best thing to do under peg is prioritize auto vaults. It's as simple as that. So Bull, you want to add to that?
Yep. EMP are your seeds. eShare are your crops. You got to sell your crops to get more seeds. Your seeds, when they're planted in the soil, which is Ethereum, right? You're going to grow more crops, eShares. So don't just do it just like that. That will build up your farm. That will build up your eShares. That will build up your profit long term. But selling your seeds to buy crops, that's not how a farm works. I mean, you got to plant your seeds in the ground and watch them grow, and then when they grow, you harvest them, and then you sell them to buy more land or to buy more seeds or to buy a tractor, whatever. But you don't do it the other way around, because that's only going to last a very short time, and then you're going to be out of the farming game, and then you're going to be like, what happened? I'm broke. You got to farm, and build it up. And that's how you're going to increase your position. And that's what's going to get us over peg, is more people farming, diligently using those profits to buy more seeds, so to speak. Buying those seeds is buying EMP will put us closer to peg. And the crops that you have, eShares, people are going to want them even more because they're going to be worth more, because they're going to have more utility because the boardroom will be back on. So really simple. Just do that.
For sure, absolutely, Bull. And again, I know we spoke about this a few AMAs ago, but it's still pretty incredible that there's like over 6,000 eShares in the boardroom. And I understand if you bought eShares, we would never ever advise selling them at a loss. But there comes a point that you have to make a decision of can those eShares be better utilized, not just sitting in the boardroom doing nothing. So again, even if you took half of what you have or 10% of what your eShares are, if you sold them and used that to buy EMP, I mean, we would be back at peg in a matter of a couple of hours. I mean, again, I think the last time I did the math, that 2,000 or 6,000 eShares in the boardroom, I mean, that's about 2.5 million bucks. And so we only need about 400,000 worth of buying pressure on EMP to be at 1.01. So, those are just some again, the math, I know we get kind of lost in the weeds a lot, and I know the protocol is very complicated. I know a lot of people are not very math oriented, but when you really break down the numbers, it's just mind blowing about what we've actually built here. So, and yeah, I mean, again, I know people love their e-shares. They don't want to sell them. If you bought the top, I would definitely, I feel your pain and maybe having to take a loss on eShare, but that's why we never suggest buying them. You're always better off farming them, unless you have a high risk tolerance. I mean, right now they're on the floor, so I know every day I'm buying a little more eShare because they're on sale. But again, I mean, it's all dependent on your investment risk profile and tolerance. But again, if everybody took a little bit of their e-shares, sold it for buying EMP right off the market, we would recover PEG in no time. So, and again, there's not a huge rush. I mean, we're recovering PEG extremely organically, and it's not if, it's when we recover PEG without having to do treasury buybacks and just solely from, good education and good actors and a strong community. I mean, there is going to be no better comeback story out there, and I promise you that all of our YouTube partners and Medium articles, we're going to shout it from the rooftops when we get back to PEG 100% organically. So, and again, it's only a matter of time. It could happen, next week. It could happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks, but it's going to happen eventually. So, yeah, absolutely. Bull, I mean, I know we're on the same page with that, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is the greatest community in crypto. No bullshit. Everybody knows what they need to do. We just have some, I don't want to say that. I don't want to tell anybody what to do, but it's really obvious. If you're sitting on eShares waiting for other people to put us back over peg so your eShares are worth more, um, just think about it. How many days do you want to wait for other people to do the stuff when you could do it? When you could sell your e-shares to buy EMP to put us back over peg, so the e-share that you have now is worth 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times what it's worth now. Um, it doesn't take calculus to figure out uh, what needs to be done to get it back and what you're going to have if everybody did a little part like that. And I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just sit down. You can sit down and do the math, or you don't have to. I mean, but the reality is like I was going to say this example earlier for somebody who bought e-shares at an expensive price. That's Let's just assume you had a real high paying job, you're making six figures, and you go out and buy a six-figure car. Well, a six-figure car is going to get you there the same as like $1,000 jalopy. One's just going to be a little bit more stylish. But what happens if you lose that high paying job? Are you just going to let that car sit around and do nothing? Or are you going to go get another job so you can make the payment on that car? Or are you going to sell that car, turn it back into the dealer, and get a car that's more affordable for you right now? Because the reality is if you have your e-shares parked, you that is exactly like buying an expensive ass car and keeping it parked in your driveway because you lost your high paying job. At some point, somebody is going to come and repo those. Not really here, but it's costing you to have it sitting there doing nothing, and so that's opportunity cost. And so you can take advantage of that and say, okay, well, what do I need to do? Do I need to sell this car? Do I need to put it to work doing something else? I mean, do I need to be an Uber? Do I need to do some type of delivery job? I need to get this car in action because this isn't a daily ROI system. And if you have resources that are sitting there doing nothing, um, that's a negative opportunity cost. You are choosing the wrong option to have it sitting there doing nothing. And I don't think most people would have a $1,500 a month car payment and having it sit in their driveway after they lost that high paying job. So I would just say maybe think about it, and maybe you want to put that to work. Maybe.
For sure, Bull. I mean, again, Bull is the absolute master of analogies and comparisons. I mean, that was brilliant, Bull. I've never even heard you say that, and it's so true. Comparing, e-shares like a parked Ferrari in your garage with no income to pay it off, and that's 100% the case. And so again, I mean, yes, it's a bummer to have to sell e-share, especially if you bought it high, but really, as an investor, and that's the beauty of the protocol. We talk about it all the time is that what's best for the investor is also typically best for the protocol. So you not only are you able to liquidate some e-share, you may take a loss depending on where you bought that e-share, but now you're able to buy EMP. So now you're basically getting ETH at a 10% or 12% discount. So you're going to make that back a 10% gain when we recover PEG. And so between that and putting that to use as LPs in the farm and then earning eShares, again, I mean, it's going to take you a while to earn a bunch of eShare, but at least it's income producing. And so on top of, the 10% gain from EMP recovering back to PEG, on top of the eShares that you're producing, rather than just your eShares doing nothing, and then again, the hopeful recovery of ETH and EMP just on the price exposure front. I mean, you really end up making more money, in the overall doing it that way. So, and again, I mean, we're not here to give, financial advice. If you want to hold on to your e-share, then that's your prerogative. But there's a lot of ways to play the system, play the game, play the economy. And so I would just encourage all of you to think about that. And I mean, again, we could be back at pay in no time if a lot of people did that. So, all right, cool. Let's see. What else? Anything else you want to add to that, Bull? I think there's one question here about nodes. So they said, can I ask a question about nodes? They didn't actually ask their question. So yeah, this is, in these AMAs, you can ask anything. There will never be a question that we won't answer, unless it's completely ridiculous. But yeah, absolutely. And I think what they're alluding to is probably that the node APRs, are still dropping a bit. And yeah, I mean, we've said from day one that the way the nodes work at EMP are extremely different than every other node contract that is out there. And so, that's why we've seen a lot of node projects fail, because they just continue to emit their token and have uncontrolled inflation. And the only way to realize profit is to sell that native token for profit. So with our nodes, it's completely different. So our nodes, again, the idea is that you use them to accumulate more LP, and that you don't sell your EMP, but you actually use it to pair up with ETH to produce LP, which in turn produces eShare, which you can absolutely take profit in without hurting anything. And so, and we've been below PEG for quite a bit now. And so the way our nodes work is that when the boardroom prints, a certain part of that boardroom goes to paying out nodes. So if you want to see your node APR go up, we need to be back above PEG, and that's even more incentive for those of you not to continue to dump EMP from your nodes, because even if you just held on to that EMP, we would recover PEG that much faster. And then again, once we're back above PEG, then you'll see a lot more APR in the nodes. So does that make sense, Bull? You want to elaborate on that, or anybody else that's here, Joe or Matthew? You're the numbers guys, so maybe from a math perspective. But go ahead, Bull.
I was going to let one of the math guys chime in. I think I give enough of the concepts that people get it. Sometimes I think people need to hear the numbers.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know if Joe's available or Matthew. Joe does a really good comparison of having nodes be your miniature boardroom. I think we're putting him on the spot. All right, so yeah, I mean, again, I think there's plenty of videos that you can go. This will be a good opportunity to shill our YouTube page. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe on YouTube. And go back through and listen to some of the old AMAs or even some standalone videos. We have 2 or 3 standalone videos on nodes that will explain everything I just said in a very more math-oriented and concise manner. So definitely go check all those out. All right, we have any
Can
other
we take a
questions?
question?
Yeah, go ahead,
We
Bull. We
do
have.
have one
Oh,
on
we're.
YouTube, but Homebiz Joe has his hand up.
All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and do Home Biz Joe, and then we can get to the YouTube questions after this. I've already almost detonator time. Man, time flies when you're having fun. So, all right, Home Biz Joe, go ahead, brother.
Oh, yeah. Hey there, hi there, ho there. How's everybody?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm good, good, good. I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say something real quick before detonator time. And maybe it's not original, maybe it is, but it doesn't matter. As I always say, long live EMP, but the nodes, no. That's all I got to
Yeah.
say.
Right on, Homebase Joe. Yes, brother, the nodes, no, absolutely, bro. Yeah, well, great to hear from you, my friend. Hopefully you had a good holiday weekend. I think you're here in America. I don't know. Anybody, even throughout the
Oh, yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
He's in South Texas. I can just hear it.
Yep,
yeah.
I'm in the gold USA, originally from Queens and now in Northern California. I'd like to get out of California. Unfortunately, it isn't what it used to be, but I'm here.
Awesome, brother. Well, yeah, man, great to have you, and always appreciate you showing up to these AMAs and giving support. Again, those that show up here every day, they're the ones that are putting in the effort. Like Bull says, getting their hands dirty. So I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right, awesome, you got it. All right, Bull. Let me
Homebiz
go.
Bye.
Joe,
Yeah,
you
go ahead,
might
bro.
like this expression if you're familiar with GI Joe. Noting is half the battle.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, all right, let
Okay,
me.
bro. We got this one here on YouTube.
Yep.
And I think you talked about it earlier with Liquid Capital, but let me read it for you. Are you considering creating or being part of a self-regulating partnership with like-minded protocols similar to what Loki at Thor is trying to do with the Union of Transparency, or are you just happy to stand alone?
Yeah, so we always pride ourselves on quality partnerships. I mean, we've taken our partnerships very, very seriously. We have a whole internal vetting process. Again, Jake, our lead developer, makes sure that the code is solid. We have spies, so to speak, that go into Telegram and Discord, make sure the community is solid. Um, we do a lot of due diligence, preparing for any partnerships. And I'm a firm believer, you know, of there is no competition, that we can always help everybody, the rising tide, lifts all ships. So I've never been, even in my real business, acumen, if a restaurant opened up down the street, or another brewery, I would have never thought it was a competition. I would think it's more of a reason to draw more foot traffic to the business. So, and yeah, I take that same mindset here with EMP. As long as it's a quality project, and there's not, a one-sided partnership, we want to make sure any partnership we do not only brings value to us, but also to whoever we're working with, um, because that's a true definition of a partnership where both sides gain and give up something for the greater good of both. And so, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm not 100% familiar with what you mean exactly by Loki and Thor. I know about Thor chain, but I'm not sure how Loki plays into that. But yeah, specifically, we're definitely interested in uh, partnerships and growing the DeFi space together. So, all right, let me pull up Detonator. Go ahead, Bull. Was there one more? Sorry, man. I'm having technical
Nope, nope.
difficulties
And
here.
I'll just say one thing about it too is that I think people tend to miss this part of it is that you are part of that partnership. If you are part of a protocol, you are that partnership, and it's on you, to act in a way that's responsible and helpful and diligent. All the things that you expect when you join a protocol, um, that's a contract, right? And a contract is a two-way street, and that we all have to do certain things if we have expectations of other people doing those things as and that we need to make sure that we're here for more than just money, right? And obviously the people we're all here for money, but if we want to build the space in the right way, we have to acknowledge that we play a role in all the protocols from the good ones to the scams, because it's the people that are putting in the money, and it's the people that aren't putting in work or putting in any type of due diligence, and that's how scams result. So just remember, you're all part of those partnerships. When they say, well, when is, when are these partnerships? Who are we partnering with? Well, the reality is a team doesn't just partner with another team. It's the protocol, the community, all the people in those things collectively make that protocol. So if you're part of that protocol, you are part. I know this doesn't sound quite right, but you are part of that protocol. So it is on you to have high expectations for other partnerships, but also high expectations for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, Bull. No, I understand what you're saying for sure, man. And I think it plays into um what what Stephanie said yesterday in the army chat. She had this saying that I thought was brilliant. It said your vibe attracts your tribe. And so yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that. I'm all about, finding our own tribe here. And I thought, again, I mean, I knew the saying, different tribes. But I love that, she said the vibe attracts a tribe, meaning, again, we attract like-minded individuals. We always say we're a bunch of big brain motherfuckers around here. And that plays into all that. I mean, I've met some of the most um, well-educated and biggest and brightest minds in all of DeFi here, and that's not only from a mathematical standpoint, but also from a community building standpoint. I think Bull is a major testament to that, showing up with me every day on these AMAs. And yeah, I mean, I think again in DeFi there is a lot of tribalism in a negative way, meaning people get too attached. When a project makes you a lot of money, you get some rose-colored glasses, and then you see things differently. Then you have that confirmation bias when maybe it's not as good as it seems. Um, and I've never been like that. I mean, I've always preached the mindset of, we can all make money together. There's no reason to FUD other projects or, talk shit unless they're scamming, or have exploits or shit that they can control. Um, but outside of that, we all need to be working together because at the end of the day, this is DeFi, and the more people we have in DeFi, the more we all make, because the overall market cap will continue to rise. So, all right, I know I'm kind of ranting here. We're going to get to Detonator. We're going to run out of time here. But no, this is Detonator, our shining light here at EMP. Looking really healthy. Again, our pool balance today is looking strong with a very, not a lot of snipers quite yet. We're at 82,422 LP. That's about $2.8 million. Again, with ETH popping up over 1150, we broke 3 million in dollar value yesterday after the snipe. So we'll see what we get to today. Looking really good. Bull, how are we looking on tickets?
Let me 6671, and you were gone yesterday watching fireworks, and we had actually a record number of tickets yesterday, 9600.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, no doubt. I had a little barbecue with the family yesterday, for the 4th. And so, nice little break, but I'm happy to be back. And yeah, I saw, we had a little bit of good volume too. I think about a 400 LP snipe, if I remember, somewhere in there,
Yeah, I think
right?
490 maybe,
Yeah.
480. Yeah.
So another really good deal for them. I mean, we've seen some good snipes go off lately. But again, the contract is still really healthy, and maybe take a shot at it for those that might be circling. And again, we always say make your first shot your best shot. So you have a better chance of actually getting that top prize. But that's the beauty of our game theory. You never know what might happen, and there could be a huge windfall if there's nobody going for the snipe. So again, those that may be new here, Detonator is a ROI contract where you deposit LP tokens. You get back those LPs over a long period of time, 365% ROI. That's different than APR. We do not guarantee 1% a day. It's ROI and APR are much different, but it's anywhere from zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.8 or zero point 0.9 APR, depending on how much volume we have. So on large volume days, you can see a massive spike in your daily ROI. But remember, I mean, this doesn't account for the price appreciation of ETH. So by conducting in LP tokens, you're actually able to earn your ROI much, much faster when ETH recovers from a dollar amount perspective. So, all right. What else, Bull? You want to talk about the lottery? How it's a lossless lottery? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, sure, absolutely, right. So the lottery here and anything in the detonator is LP, LP being half EMP, half ETH in a liquidity pair. And so one ticket today will cost you $5. That's going to give you an opportunity to win $28,000. If you have the golden ticket, the Willy Wonka of DeFi is going to award you that in your wallet in the detonator in your deposited amount. The Willy Wonka of DeFi is AJ, if anybody didn't know.
Yeah, the
And
golden
so
ticket, right, Bull? Oh, we need somebody to do a meme of that. That'd be
that,
hilarious.
yeah, that's right.
All right, go
Yeah,
ahead,
that's
man.
awesome, man. Yeah. So the we've been having anywhere from 8,500 to 9,500 tickets on a daily basis. So if you have one ticket, you have your chance. You have an opportunity at that. And so some people say, oh, that's not very good odds. Well, it's actually really, really good. If you Google expected value, you'll actually see that it's an incredible opportunity. So Google that and see. But that being said, if you don't put in, you have a 0% chance of winning. But if you do put in and you don't win, the great thing about that is that you are still going to receive 3.65 on that ROI over time. And yeah, so you're not really losing, you're gaining over time. It's basically a lottery ticket that just kind of keeps on loving you and paying you interest.
Awesome.
Interested?
Yes, exactly. Interested? Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, and again, I mean, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. We've seen a ton of protocols try to reverse engineer the detonator, but they've not been able to do it for many reasons. But I
Oh,
mean,
it's blowing up in their face.
yeah, so we're first in class, or first to market and best in class with Detonator. The math is just extremely solid. I mean, it's been something that Jake and I mean, Jake worked on it for 2 years, prior to us really diving deep on it, and we spent another 6 months making it perfect. I mean, again, Detonator is Jake's baby, but we've definitely implemented, about 10 or 12 different other successful ROI contracts, and gotten rid of the things that don't make them successful, to what we hope is going to be the most sustainable ROI contract ever produced. So things are looking really good on all fronts. Again, we have 3,388 users. In the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. I mean, Detonator has only been running about 4 or 5 months now, and so we could be at 10,000, 50,000, even 100,000 users over the next year. And so again, and that doesn't even account for the imminent next bull run. So again, we'll see a lot more volume entering. Now is the time to build while LPs are cheap, and you're able to build your positions, to have a passive income, for what we hope is a really, really long time. And that's the beauty. I know we talk a lot about taking profits responsibly. We always advocate compounding more than claiming. And if everybody in the protocol was able to compound 6 days a week and withdraw once a week as their weekly paycheck, and then once you do withdraw, put it in the farm or even unpairing the LP and only keeping the ETH side. That doesn't sell EMP. It doesn't hurt the protocol at all. But if everybody did that 6-1 strategy, that alone could make this contract last for years to come. So again, it's the beauty of compound interest and us acting all in the same direction. And if people are greedy and they just want to get in and claim every day, claim, the other beautiful part about the contract is their share is diluted as they do that. So some people say, their daily burst is going down. If you claim more than you compound, then your daily burst will go down because your pool share is also going down. So again, it's a great way to protect not only the protocol, but all of the investors involved as well. So all right, Bull, anything else you want to add? We had about 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. I'll rip it off really quickly here. So if you look at the detonator and you look at the EMP ETH LP farm, and just think about a circle of recycling, that's an infinite money loop right there. As you build up the farm, you could put in the detonator. You can then, like AJ said, 6-1 or 5-2 back into the farm, and constantly keep a loop of that. And if everybody was kind of doing that type of strategy, yeah, you're taxed. But you know what? If everybody was doing that and putting back in, those taxes that you're going to see are going to be overcome for the positive in the instant rewards that you would see. So as I've preached about many times in the past, the EMP ETH LP farm is the engine of the system, and the deeper that pool gets, the larger it gets, the more participants that get in it, the longer and healthier that it helps the detonator. The detonator itself is a beast in of itself, but if we can keep feeding it from growth from the farm, this thing's unstoppable. It's just, it truly is an infinite money loop.
Absolutely, Bull. And we're always going to strive to make Detonator even better. And we have a lot of stuff in the works. We're really excited about what Detonator is and what Detonator can still even become. And again, I know I mentioned it multiple times about having Detonator built on top of our ecosystem rather than being a standalone project. Detonator could have been a standalone project, but what Bull just said about the infinite money loop and being able to take profits from LP or move your LP into farms and then be able to earn on that LP. I mean, that is what makes it truly extraordinary, and that's part of the secret sauce here at EMP that no other protocols have. So, all
Don't
right.
tell anybody.
I know, right? I know, Bull. Well, good thing, again, Detonator's closed source. We do it that way from a security standpoint, as well as a software, intellectual property standpoint as well. And we have a lot of ideas for Detonator, making it actually be software as a service as well. So more to come
3
on
seconds.
that. Yeah, all right, brother. Here we go, everybody. So 40 seconds. Make sure you're compounding last minute, and we'll see if there's snipers ready to go. Good luck, everybody. If you win, we'd love to hear from you live on the AMA. 30 seconds. 25 seconds. 20 seconds. All right, 29 LP still in the lead. We'll see if it takes it. 15 seconds. Will be a hell of a payday for that guy or girl. Here we go. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
395.
3, 2, 395, 1, 0. Is 395 going to take it? I think it might. Let me do a refresh.
It did.
All right, let's let the contract balance catch up. And yeah, I think we had a few snipes there at the end. I think 395 took it, or there was a lot of hungover people from the fourth that forgot to compound today. because the pool balance looks real good today. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if somebody can confirm if we have multiple snipers, but we have a great new all-time high by a couple of hundred LP of the pool balance. So new pool balance is 83,935 LP. Again, yesterday's all-time high was about 83,400. So again, about 400 or 500 more today in LP. Another great day here at EMP and in Detonator. Just truly remarkable. So and we're just under that awesome $3 million mark. So $2,993,000 in Detonator, and we'll see how we do tomorrow. So another amazing day, Bull, at EMP. I'm happy to be an emperor. I'm sure you are too, brother.
Oh yeah, we're all kings and queens here, so undoubtedly.
Absolutely. Well, we have a meeting in the army tonight, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up right on time
Yep.
here. Do we have any other urgent questions or comments, Bull, or can we
No,
wrap it up?
I think we're good to go, bro.
All right, awesome, man. Well, again, thanks to all of you for being here. Another amazing day at DMB, new all-time high balance, and we are slowly recovering PEG bit by bit. So again, no matter what the market does, we're making our own. We're making our own destiny here at EMP. So, all right, much love to all of you. Good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.